Hello and a very good evening from Look North. A 12-year-old boy has been charged with murder after a woman was hit by a car in Sheffield. Marcia Grant died at the scene on Wednesday evening. Nicola Rees reports.
Well, this was the most distressing incident, and you can't begin to imagine what the family must be going through today as they try to understand what happened here on Hemper Lane. We now know that the victim was 60-year-old Marcia Grant. She was a wife, a sister, a mother and a grandmother, and today her family have issued a statement describing her as a warm and loving person and as a pillar of her community. They also go on to say that her death has sent shockwaves through everyone who knew her. And it was a really shocking thing to happen. It was just after 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening when police were called out to reports that a woman had been hit by a car. Now, despite the efforts of paramedics, she was declared dead at the scene. And a short time later, we know that a 12-year-old boy was arrested. He has now been charged with murder. We can't identify him because of his age, but he will appear before Sheffield youth courts tomorrow. And in the meantime, police are asking any witnesses still to come forward, anyone with information, to contact them on 101 or anonymously via Crime Stoppers. And just to leave you with the scene here, you can see over the last 24 hours a growing pile of floral tributes arriving for Marcia. And the words I'll just leave you from one, very simple: she was a beautiful soul.
A man who died following an incident in a seaside car park has been named by police. 43-year-old Gareth Hart from Rotherham died following reports of an altercation in Ingemelds near Skegness in the early hours of yesterday. A 33-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. Now, a Yorkshire-based charity that helps families with disabled children says it's receiving more new inquiries than ever. Family Fund marks its 50th anniversary this year, and Tom Ingle has been to meet a family from Halifax who say the charity's support has been invaluable.
And then you need one more line, and then that's the first pallet in it.
It's a picture of family contentment, but for Amanda and her adopted son Isaac, it's a loving relationship which needs to be carefully nurtured.
Isaac's been diagnosed with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. When the baby's growing in the womb, if the birth mum drinks alcohol, it causes organic brain damage. So the alcohol destroys your baby's brain stem cells. To look at him, he looks like your normal, neurotypical child, but he's very neurodiverse. Anything can change. He's impulsive, he can flip from 0 to 60, just like that, and he becomes very violent. When I've had Andrea, we could just get up and go to the park or get in the car and go to the seaside. With Isaac, you have to pre-plan everything and you have to preempt if something's going to happen in case a child takes a toy that he's played with, or you go to the seaside and they don't have milk ready because that's all he'll drink, milk.
Good afternoon, if you're Family Fund. You're speaking to Emma. How can I help?
Amanda, Isaac and Andrea are just one family York-based charity Family Fund support. Each week they receive 2,500 phone calls and 2,000 emails. Originally established 50 years ago to help families affected by thalidomide, today what's asked of them has changed, but their compassion has not.
We work with the families to identify what support needs they have and what will help them most. Our first grant was for hospital living costs, £26, and that's a grant that we still award today. Amongst other things, we'll support with items like white goods, kitchen appliances, and then things that can support families with other needs like family breaks or technology. We're seeing more and more people come to us for support, and we're working now to try and raise more and more money to help more and more people.
Living with Isaac is a challenge daily. At one point, the adoption nearly broke down and Family Fund stepped in and we got a break to a haven site. And it's that well supported I could take another adult with me, which supported me with Isaac, but also took Isaac off so I could spend that quality time with Andrea as well, because she misses out lots.
1 in 10 children in the UK live with a disability. The money Family Fund raises changes those lives and will continue to do so long after the charity's 50th anniversary. Tom Ingle, BBC Look North, Halifax.
Yes, they're making a real difference, aren't they? Now, as the tourist season gets underway, one mountain rescue team in North Yorkshire is trialling new body monitoring technology. Volunteers in Swaledale say it will speed things up when they're responding to an emergency. Phil Chapman has the story.
Thankfully, on this occasion, it's just a demonstration of the latest kit being trialled by the Swaledale Mountain Rescue Team. But for when they really need to rescue anyone injured in these hills, they're testing a much more efficient and portable way of monitoring vital signs using a smartphone and wireless sensors.
We've been looking how we can improve monitoring casualties, because currently there's two ways. The traditional way, where you're using a stethoscope and a spig. But the problem with that is if you've got a casualty on a stretcher like this and you're transporting them, you have to stop the stretcher and uncover the casualty and do your checks, record them and then move on again. That can take 10, 15 minutes. It has a lot of benefits. We can use it in virtually every situation, which we couldn't before. It's cost effective and it's portable.
And the best thing about the whole thing is that these details can be streamed live to the next level of care. A hospital or even a surgeon at a hospital who can see by SATs at all times.
And while the team trials the latest technology, their advice to the public taking to the hills involves the simplest of equipment and common sense.
Easter, the weather's looking superb. It's not bad today, so we're expecting plenty of people out. The weather does change really quickly. You know, the temperatures here are dropping down to 0 overnight, and it's really going along equipped. Spare clothing, hot drink, and most importantly, a map and a compass, and know how to use them.
Phil Chapman, BBC Look North, Swaledale.
And finally, a group of people from South Yorkshire's football clubs have finished a 24-hour walk to raise money for a 4-year-old boy with a rare kidney cancer. They completed the 60-mile challenge this morning, ending up at the New York Stadium in Rotherham. Money raised will go towards future treatment for Rio, the son of ex-footballer Tommy Spur. Well done to everyone for taking part. Now we're on to the weather prospects. We've had some glorious sunshine today, haven't we? Let's see if it will continue into the weekend. Here's Keely with the forecast.
Hello there, good evening. The settled weather looks set to continue for both Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, a bit of a cloudy start, but I'm hopeful it should brighten up and there should be some spells of sunshine. High pressure is dominating our weather through Saturday and Easter Sunday as well. But through Easter Monday, the Atlantic takes over, a band of rain spreading eastwards. And then for most of Easter Monday itself, it looks like a mixture of sunny spells and scattered showers. And some of those showers could well be heavy and thundery. The cloud in the east will spread inland overnight, so low cloud becoming more widely spread overnight. It could even be a little bit drizzly or damp in places, and it will be a cool night with temperatures back at around 2 or 3 degrees. Let's have a quick look at those high water times then. You're next in Bridlington at 6:38 in the morning and at 6:10 in Whitby. So we may well get off to quite a grey start in places, but that cloud should thin and break. I think the first places to do so will be across parts of South Yorkshire, stretching up into parts of West Yorkshire, and I'm hopeful that parts of North Yorkshire too will join in the fun and the clouds should thin and break. But I think at times there will be a little bit more cloud around through tomorrow compared with today. Temperatures around 13 or 14 degrees. Looking further ahead into Easter Sunday, again, it could be a little bit of a grey start in places, but it should brighten up nicely with variable amounts of cloud and some bright and sunny spells. And I think it'll be a touch milder on Sunday as well, but a touch breezier too. Overnight rain into Monday. Monday more unsettled with sunshine and showers. Some of those showers will be heavy and thundery.
Oh, not bad for the weekend at least. That's it from us. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again just after 10 o'clock. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.